Welcome back, beautiful family. Today I want to share with you a very delicious and easy blueberry scones that you could make at home and enjoy them in this cold weather. But first things first, my apron is on, my hands are clean, and I am ready to show you my ingredients. To prepare these amazing blueberry scones, these are the ingredients: regular milk, baking powder, pinch of salt, the juice of 1 lemon, blueberries, 2 room temperature eggs, very cold butter, unsalted, granulated sugar, all-purpose flour. This is everything we need to prepare this amazing blueberry scone. So let's get started. I want to start first with my room temperature eggs. Yes, every time I bake, I tell you, everything needs to be at room temperature. But for this recipe, the only thing that needs to be nice and cold is the unsalted butter. The milk, the eggs have to be at room temperature. I'm adding the juice of 1 lemon. It's about 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. The milk and the eggs, we're gonna whisk it really good until they incorporate completely, and then we put it aside and we continue with the dry ingredients. I have all-purpose flour, the baking powder. To this, I'm going to add the pinch of salt and the sugar. I am going to incorporate it really good because we want our scones to be nice and fluffy but crispy from the outside. So now I'm just going to incorporate it really good, making sure that the sugar and the baking powder has been incorporated completely through the all-purpose flour. Once this is done, we're going to put it aside and we are going to start with the unsalted butter that is really nice and cold. I'm using a parchment paper, and of course I'm going to shred my unsalted butter. For this recipe, it's very important to use unsalted butter. The reason that I use unsalted butter is so that you have control of how much salt your family is eating when you're making these amazing desserts, cookies, cakes, you name it. I always use unsalted butter, and the taste is just amazing when you're doing your baking with unsalted butter. Look at this. It looks like cheese, but it's not cheese, it's butter. It's really frozen, and that's exactly how you want it. You want to make sure that the butter is nice and cold, so when you put it in your mixture of the dry ingredients, everything really incorporates and you get your scones nice and flaky when they're done. I'm really getting all into it, but let me tell you, when you shred your butter, always do it on top of a parchment paper so that you don't make a mess everywhere. And now I am about to add it to the all-purpose flour mixture. I'm going to add everything in here, and with the spatula I'm going to incorporate everything just like that. It doesn't take too long, but this is a very important step. You want to make sure that you incorporate it with the spatula. I'm adding the wet ingredients and I'm going to incorporate it with the spatula. Once it's very hard to incorporate and all the liquid has been absorbed by the all-purpose flour, then I am ready to use my hand. I'm going to go ahead and start mixing everything, incorporating all the dry ingredients that you could see. I am going to go ahead and start incorporating for a couple minutes until I create a ball of dough. Look at this. On the bottom, you can still see that there was dry ingredients. Now, it's a ball of dough, and now I'm ready to put it on my working space, adding a little bit of all-purpose flour to my table, spreading it out, And of course, we are going to add the blueberries. Be gentle when you're folding your dough. You don't want to explode all the blueberries. So just be gentle. Massage everything in there. You don't want to explode all the blueberries. Take your time when you do this. Do it carefully, do it slow, do it with a lot of love, and I am sure your scones are going to come out amazing. I'm going to add a little bit of all-purpose flour there, a little bit on the top, and now I am ready to use my rolling pin. Of course, I'm not going to put too much pressure. I'm just going to roll a little bit at a time, fixing my circle. It's gonna be about 1 inch thick, right about there, 1 inch thick, and then I'm ready to start cutting it and making the pieces. You decide if you wanna make squares, you decide how you wanna create that magic touch, but here I'm just cutting and making like slices of pizza just like that. Remember to always preheat your oven before you put your scones inside, okay? Once this is done, I'm going to transfer it to the baking dish. Once you have them in your baking dish, you're going to put them in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. So that they get nice and cold, because remember, your hands are warm and you melted a little bit the butter. So now we're gonna put them in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. But you could see the blueberries, they're nice and whole, and that's exactly how you want your scones. From here, I'm going to take them to the refrigerator, keep them there for 15 minutes. And once I bring them out, we are going to add a little bit of unsalted butter, brush it right on the top. And of course, I have preheated my oven to 375 Fahrenheit, and they're gonna go in the oven for 30 minutes. Once you put them inside, leave them there, forget about them, and come back in 30 minutes. And now they are done. Look at this. Nice golden brown from the bottom and from the top, and from the center, really moist. And look at all those blueberries. My mouth is already watering. I can't wait to enjoy them with a glass of milk, or even with a nice hot coffee. Homemade coffee, of course. Look at this. You could eat them just like that, or you could drizzle a little bit of sugar on the top, or even powdered sugar right on the top of every single one. You decide. But here, let me show you. You could add a little bit of powdered sugar right on the top. They look amazing. They look festive. Or you could add a little bit of water to your confectioner sugar, and then you could just drizzle right on the top. You decide how you want to decorate your blueberry scones. If you liked and loved this video, please leave me thumbs up.
My friends, I am completely done with these amazing blueberry stones. Of course, I gave you two options. Drizzle on top the confectioner sugar, or just the powder on the top. You decide which one. But let me tell you, once you make them, you are going to continue enjoying them with your beautiful family. The holidays are here. Let's enjoy this amazing stone blueberry recipe. This is the part I love and enjoy, tasting my recipes. Excuse me. I wish you guys were here to taste it with me. So crispy from the outside, moist from the inside. The flavor of the blueberry so penetrated. I am sure you guys are going to love this amazing recipe. If you liked and loved my recipe, I invite you to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, share this video on social media with your friends, with your relatives, so Cooking with Gloria keeps growing. Don't forget to push that notification bell, and if you did, leave it activated, so every time I make an amazing recipe, yes, you're going to be notified. Before I say I see you soon, I wish you nothing but the best. Peace and love. Thank you for being part of Cooking with Gloria. Like, subscribe, and share, and see you on my next amazing recipe. Bye-bye.